Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 20th, also known as 420 for all you smokers out there who enjoy that whole concept. Something I still have never tried. I've not tried THC ever in my life, and don't know if I ever will. I probably will once they make it recreational legal here. Not willing to fight to get a card and smell it money to find out if it works for me or not, because I'm not sure if I'll enjoy it. I don't like the feeling of not being in control, which is why I don't drink hardly at all and in my life anymore. So yeah, that's one of those things. I know CBD does virtually nothing for me, so definitely don't want to spend that much money to get my card to find out that the THC doesn't have any positive effects in my life either. So we'll see. Yeah, overall though, a lot of people look at this as a very big holiday for them. They're giant fans of the whole thing, and I'm all for it. Hey, if it makes you happy and you're not doing harm to others, smoke away. I don't really care. So got this morning fairly early, not real bad, but had the dog come in today. Everything went well with that. Dropped off, no big deal. Ended up out here in the hot tub for a little bit, kind of stretched my muscles out, not real long, but got out, got dressed so I could meet the dog, got it dropped off. Everything went fine there. My bride got off to work without an issue. Got a couple things done around the house, just simple little stuff. Had a couple of errands to run here and there. Nothing real major, just kind of simple stuff that has to happen. Had a couple things I was wanting to get done, but I couldn't really do because the dog was here and he's a bit of a handful, so I can't really I don't really feel like leaving him here with my mom kind of thing and letting her deal with him, because it's my job. I gotta deal with the dog. That's what I do. So but I got a couple things taken care of. Had a couple people that were reaching out about those die-cast cars and stuff. They're making offers. I don't know how much per item, and I don't want to sell one-offs because my fear is I'll end up selling. Somebody will offer me like $30 for a car, and I'll be like, okay, cool, and it's a $200 car. So I do have plans with I don't know, Patrick is his name, but he goes by Tuttle on the radio and stuff. He had a NASCAR show. We're gonna run up tomorrow to Ormond. We made plans. We're gonna pick him up about 7 in the morning. Gonna run up to the Ormond, let him look at the cars, get some pictures and stuff, and then reach out to some of his NASCAR fans and buddies of his to see if they might be interested in purchasing the cars, and hopefully he can kind of point out a few that might have more value that I might not know of. So we'll see. Yeah, that's pretty much, I just kind of planned that whole thing and trying to figure out what I'm doing with it. And then been doing a little looking around, trying to find some property to buy to drop a tiny house or an RV on or whatever for Karen's son. His plans to move up to Maine, or where he goes, Maine's where they're going, has fallen through, and now he's real quickly gonna need a place to live. So we're trying to find some place for him to go, and that's not here, kind of thing. So yeah, finding a spot to park an RV, preferably with full power hookups. If not, we can run solar, do the cassettes for the tanks and stuff in the RV, and either drain them out into portable tanks to go and dump them, or even just unhook the hookups and then basically haul the RV into a dump station every 3 weeks or so, hopefully once a month, if we can keep him not using too much water and stuff so the tanks don't fill up too quick. We can do it like once a month and make that worthwhile. If it's a small enough camper we're pulling, I can pull it with my truck. I won't have to find a fifth wheel or nothing to haul it with, which would be a much bigger pain in the butt if it is the case. But yeah, pretty much got a couple things around here done, nothing major. My mom started making a pot roast in the slow cooker, and potatoes, carrots, onions, all this normal stuff. And we ended up getting a viewing scheduled for a house over here on Queen. I think Queen. Went and looked at it, and it's a nice house. It's pretty well taken care of. It's a nice layout. The yard's small though, and it's got a pool, and the pictures look like a small pool, but man, I got there, it's a large hot tub size. It's super tiny. I've seen the swim spas that are bigger than this thing, and there's no pump to make it a swim spa. So it is 100% just a soaking pool. Like, you can't swim in it at all. There's like nowhere to swim. I think I could touch, if I laid it across it, feet and hands could touch on both sides. Like, it's that small. So definitely not my cup of tea. And you get all the maintenance and the expense of having a pool, and none of the benefits really of having a pool. So I thought about if it was something we were looking into, I'd probably look into trying to put in some more powerful jets maybe, and throw on a giant propane heater and make it into like a big in-ground hot tub and go that route. So I don't know, 90% of the time I use my 99% of the time I use my hot tub. I don't even turn on my jets. I just use it as like a hot water soaking tub. So that's really all I would need is that. I also, there's really no way of putting like a fence around it in the screened-in patio area to keep the dogs out of it. So I might look into building just like some aluminum decking that would go over it. So I could just kind of basically slide on top of itself to pull in and out of the way, make like some little rails for it so it slides in and out easily, and make it a cover. So then it'd also be like a bigger patio area if we had guests over, to have more of an open floor plan out there. So who knows, we'll see. It's the second house from like the main road and like the 442, and it's really loud there. That's something else that doesn't make me super happy. But yeah, we'll know. It's kind of pricey too. Everything's pricey now. Everything is overpriced. Like this thing is up probably 80, maybe $100,000 when it was 2 years ago. And I don't know when this bubble's going to break, and we need to get a house bought so we can basically give my father-in-law the house I'm in right now. So part of me keeps thinking I need to just go buy a small, like a 1,100, 1,200 square foot house for him and just throw him into it and keep our own house. But if we do that, what I think we'll probably do is move. If we can find the right place, I would just move into it for 2 or 3 months while I remodel this house. That way I can just, leave all the tools out, make the mess and that whole thing, and not have to clean it up every night, so we can live in our house as we live here doing the remodel, and just bring in a crew and just basically knock this thing out, get this house remodeled quick as hell, and then move back into it, then move him into that new house we bought. So I don't know. It is what it is. We're still in that whole, I don't know which is going to work out the best. But yeah, but add that, plus now trying to find land to park her son on with like an RV kind of thing. We're trying to figure something like that, or a tiny house. Trying to find what the ordinances except for that stuff is kind of a pain in the butt also. And I even thought about if I could just find like a small chunk of land, half acre even, to start building on, even if it's in town. I believe, I don't know for certain, but I think if I build like an RV pad there, and I basically claim that it is on-site security and or like management's where I'm living while I build the house, we might be able to let him live there. Considering the fact it'll take like 2 years to build a house now, he would have a place to live that would not be on our property, here at our house and stuff and that. So he'd have his own space, and he'd be able to stay there for the next, couple years to get his life together and figure out his next step. And then once the house is built, then we can just pull the RV out and put it someplace else if he hasn't found a place to live by then. So that's also a possibility. It's not as ideal as it could be, but it is a thing that might happen. So dealing with that, we got left there. We got to the house, and the real estate agent couldn't get the code box to work. Her password was wrong or something, and couldn't figure it out. Luckily, there's another agent that had scheduled another viewing 15 minutes after ours, even though she's like, I requested a half an hour viewing. I'm like, we don't need a half an hour. Like, we know our houses. We can kind of tell usually within 15 minutes. And the other agent came over and locked the house for us, which was super glad they did book up, double book this day that time. So we had somebody there to unlock the house for us. So it seems like she has quite a bit, our agent has quite a bit of trouble getting these boxes to work. It's numerous times we get there and she can't figure it out, and the codes don't work right. And I don't know if it's technology or what's going on, but just, yeah, it seems to be technology is not always the most pleasant and kind when it comes to that kind of process. But yeah, the house, it's a means to an end. It's not where I'd want to spend, the next 10 years. I wouldn't want to spend the next 5 years there even. But it would be something that, with our finance the way it is, if we got into that house at the right price, we could have it paid off. My goal is within like 5 years, I could have the house paid off. And that would leave me enough cash to start building a new house real quickly. And I think within the next 3 to 5 years, the demand's going to drop down, I think, for supplies and stuff and whatnot. So give me a chance to start building a new house. And even if I stayed there for 2 years while I built a new house and we started construction on a new place right away, it would be a possibility, because I could easily stay there for 2 years. I could live in the house for 2 years while I build a new house, and that would get my father-in-law out of the assisted living a lot quicker and save him money, because right now he's spending more than he makes per month, and it's going downhill. He's gonna be broke quickly, and that's not good. So yeah, we got to figure it out. Yeah, this pain in the butt. So we got back home, came home to a wonderfully smelling house with the roast and the slow cooker, which was great. Had ourselves a nice little dinner. Ended up out here in the patio, had myself a cigar, and just enjoying this gorgeous weather, except for being windy. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful day. So anyway, that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.